Good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Very nice day yesterday. Zscaler. Every time it goes down, it goes up. So here's the thing, guys. And you look for things that are different. Who's guided up? Pre-announced and guided up. There's not one company. Nobody has done this in the tech industry. So when they did it, their business is that strong. So it's just going to go up. And Zscaler, if you go back in time, Zscaler and CrowdStrike are about the same price. They're around 170 together, they're 200 together, they're 250 together. So either of two things have to happen. CrowdStrike has to come down or Zscaler has to go up. And they're going to be the same price again. Now, after earnings, things will change again, but very straightforward. You know, that's what's going on with Zscaler, okay? Google, we told you Google could go or Microsoft could go, but now both of them are going. Microsoft gets a 340 target today. Let's see if it can run. TPI coming in a few minutes. Interesting. Meta trying again, fails all the time. And Win, the news is that good on Win, but it can't get going. So just got to wait. It'll get going. Don't know when, but it'll get going. Then we see. Okay? And that's what's going on. Okay? The news yesterday was that good. The SPXs didn't work. They popped. You had 2x plus 3x, 2.5x. And then it came down, and then when it hit under 40.95, I said the 41.10s, they weren't $2. They were still $3.60. They ended up going to 38. And the NDX, which got to even, moved to 180. So the NDXs went 8 to 120. So you just got to watch, and see what happens, okay? Things trying to break up again, tech's trying to break up. Google. So Microsoft went from 261 to 350. Okay? 312. Okay? So it's moved 55 points. So 55 points could probably, it's not going to go 55 because it split 20 to 1, but I think it can go to 122. And if it can get a 116, 117 close and the market runs, and there's a meeting tomorrow on this debt limit, it can have a nice day. Then we see. Okay? Things that you don't like Microsoft getting a 340 target, saying it's great. And then there's an article out there that's very interesting. Azure, make sure you guys can hear me, right? Just somebody say yes, just so I don't say all this stuff for no reason. Azure, yes, thanks. Okay, so Azure, they say it's going to be bigger than Amazon Web Services by 2027. So they're basically saying in the next 4 years, Azure becomes bigger than AWS. Wow. Okay. So now let's talk a little bit about Azure, and this is how Sam thinks, and this is how, if you want to become a great trader and a smarter trader, you have to start thinking like this. Okay. NVIDIA is at 285. So Google says, we've created an AI infrastructure. Boom. You should have bought NVIDIA right off the bat. Then they say, we're using A100s. That's the chip, the A100 chip. Okay. A week and a half ago, an analyst come out and said Microsoft is going to raise prices in their AI environment, AI infrastructure, 5x. Okay, but Google just created the exact same infrastructure. So why wouldn't they raise prices 5x too? Now, there are a lot of dumb people in the world. People telling me, but Amazon's cutting prices. It doesn't matter. Amazon puts you on certain types of infrastructure. If you want to be on an exclusive infrastructure for AI, you're going to pay 5x. The rest of their infrastructure may go down. But as soon as he mentioned that, Google reversed. And I immediately said it's going to rocket. And we even bought these 18s at 8 cents. And they ripped to 17 cents. They're back to 9 cents. They're going to open at 20 cents. So you're listening for this stuff. And as soon as he said it, it's very, very bullish. Very, very bullish. Okay? Now, the beauty of this thing is Microsoft's up and Google up. We thought one would go up, one would go down. Now they're both going up. Okay? Okay? Interesting, interesting. What is the PPI? Hold on. It's talking too much. Hold on. What did the PPI come in? Forecast. It's a little bit better than forecast looks like. Did it come in 0.2? Oh, SPX is now positive. Nice. Okay. Good news. Okay. So then we see. Let's see if Google can get to 116 pre-market. That would be fun. 120 today would be excellent. Okay? Okay. So that's what I'm telling you. So now here's the next thing. But if Google is going up and Microsoft is going up, why wouldn't AWS come out? And he killed AWS by the ludicrous statement that we're expecting to decline. Why even say that? Because now he could come out and say, oh, we're going to raise prices and a piece of AWS, so it doesn't need to go down. Interesting. SPX is back to even. Okay? So interesting. Then we see. So that's what you're searching for when these guys are presenting. But he did say one other thing in there. He said everybody can have their own AI infrastructure. So their own infrastructure where they have their own data and they've taught their own AI. Isn't that interesting? So we're doing some stuff with AI and we're training it and stuff, but it takes some training. You got to feed it and ask it questions, give it information, ask it questions, and then it gets better and then it gets better. Okay? That's what we know. PPI came in as expected. Things aren't getting. Now, one last thing we'll get started is think about the ludicrous of these people that are in the Fed, how stupid they're. The guy, I think Miskin yesterday, this guy has to be the absolute epiphany of ridiculously losers. He's just a loser. He says, the CPI came in at 4.9, inflation is high, so we need to raise. So next time, let's say it comes in at 4 instead of 4.9. That's really good. But he would say, inflation is still 4%, have to raise. And say after that, it comes in at 3.5. Then it goes to 3.4, 3.3, 3.2, 3.1, 3. So 6 months. This is a guy that would say it's still 3%, it's too high. What an absolute moron. And these guys are so scared to ask people to say, well, what do you want it to come in at next time for it to stop? And he would say 2%. And you would say, you don't ever get to come on here again because we don't interview morons. Okay? I mean, that's just stupid. It's just stupid. It doesn't matter what this time came in. It matters what's going to happen in the next 3 to 6 months. Then we see. Okay, that's what we got. Okay, good morning, everybody. 511. See, PPI as expected. We knew it would be as expected or nothing's going to happen. Look, the market's in a debt. If they get a deal on the debt, you're going to see a rally of 4,400. It's going to move that fast. Okay? Then we see. Today is about Google. The win news is that good, and it's about NVIDIA. NVIDIA is going to guide up, and they're going to guide up like you can't believe. And they're going to raise prices, because if everybody is building an AI A100 infrastructure, that's Google. Wow. So let's see if NVIDIA can get through 292 and rip toward 300. Meta trying again, can't get going. Okay, so SPX up 1, 4152, 4171 under, 4100 bad. Avago, same numbers, 631, 638, underneath 609. NVIDIA, 292, 296, 300, underneath 263. Win, 113, 115, underneath 110. TTD, nice earnings, 68.71, underneath 65. Zscaler, 122, 129, underneath 109. LRCX, 536, underneath 516. Shop. See, this is why we hadn't played Shop for a year and a half, because it really is garbage. It runs 1 or 2 days, and then it just stops for no reason. It just does. And it's going to be off the screen again after. I can't deal with stuff that doesn't act like it should, and then it moves pennies. Shop used to move 100, 200 points a week. So take a split, that's 10 points a week. It doesn't even move 4, 5, half the days. So it ain't worth it. 66 and 68 if it runs. Lily trying to break up. 438, 452. UPSD 19 and 21. Wall. Bank, the wall is down 2. There's a Fed announcement coming on the banks and deposit insurance. But wall is down 2, so be careful here. It's down 2. So if they come out and say they're not going to guarantee any banks and the banks are at risk, you have a bank run today. I don't think they would say that, but it could happen. So it's down 2, so just know that. If they come out and said all banks are insured, for maybe this is what I would do. All your deposits are insured for the next year. Maybe that runs it. Interesting, okay? Meta, 238, can't seem to get there. Google, 15, 18, 118, and 121. Snowman, 172, 179. MBB, 266, 272. NOW trying to go 561, 566, a big number. Nanox, 1750. Microsoft, 316. Tesla, 172. SEDG, 297. That's what we know. Disney don't need to play. Don't play these things that have problems like this. There's better trades. Better trades. Disney has a problem. They don't even know if the park is going to stay in California. They may just close it. Then Disney is down to about $50 till they build a new one. Just no reason to play it till the whole California thing is done. Everybody have a great trade day. See you, Chan.